Hi. Our next one is they're called spillovers. Your book, if you look at it, or if you get an econ in college, it may call them externalities. Same thing. I just like the word spillover. It get a good visual. Um, think about a spillover either way as a benefit or cost as something that happens that spills over from the original intent. Okay, a benefit is something that is going to be good, and a cost is going to be something that is negative, obviously. So just go through these pretty quickly. There's lots and lots of examples that you can use. I'll give you a couple. But first, a spillover benefit. I'm just going to give you the notes here. I'll go ahead and put on there. I'm starting to lose pen. Okay, you should be able to pause that. Spillover benefit is simply a benefit to society of something that's created, an invention, a development. Think about a guy that creates a COVID virus. Okay, whoever, let's say Lilly, comes up with a vaccine. Okay, so yay for them. Hope you own the stock. They are going to get a lot of money, obviously. But if we're in a pure market where there's no government, Lilly invents this or some guy invents this, he's going to sell it, obviously. He's going to make a lot of money. But what'll happen is, if it's Lilly, because Lilly's not the biggest drug company in the world, some other company will go buy a vaccine. Oh, I need COVID. And they'll, go in the lab and they'll analyze it and they'll come up with a copy. And because a bigger company will have economies of scale, and because that company will not have years and years and years, or in this case by months and months and months, of research costs and testing and all that, they're going to be able to sell it for cheaper. So if you need a vaccine and one Lilly says we'll sell it to you for $300, and Pfizer or Roche, you guys know Roche, was also to you for $200, easy decision. You go with, you don't care who invented it. What you care about is getting the vaccine. Okay. The another one to think about is something like a strip mall. Okay. Think about exit 10. Okay. The point of that mall is obviously to make money. That's their goal. Okay. But in the process of doing that, it spills over. Good for you is that you have a spot that you can go shop that is not as far as Castleton, that is not as far as Keystone, that is not Mounds Mall, which is strangely one of the reasons why Mounds Mall is dead. You don't want to go to Muncie and so on and so forth. So you've got that spot. It also provides jobs for a lot of you, or some of you. It's not like, hey, let's build a strip mall so we can hire kids to work. It's, what Haley works at the candy place, and several of you have worked at American Eagle and so on and so forth. Those kind of things are spillover benefits. They're good things that happen. Okay. It's not really bad, that part of it. The other part, the drug part, though, is, what does Lilly do? If Lilly's in a pure market and somebody just comes and takes their invention or holds the guy at gunpoint, give me the gun, give me the vaccine, I will kill you. They can't really do much about it because you can't go to court, you can't sue because the government doesn't exist really. So what ends up happening is the company that does the most inventing is the one that gets stolen from, and the company that steals gets rewarded. So if you get rewarded for stealing and you don't get rewarded for inventing, what's the problem? Nobody's going to invent anything. Why would you invent? So if something, COVID-20, we'll call it, comes along and we need a new vaccine, Lilly's like, I'm not going to do that. I might do it and then give it to our company employees, but we're not going to sell it because the same thing's going to happen. So there needs to be some protection, which is where our solution comes in. And what government does here, as you probably have already guessed if you're thinking about this, issue patents, okay, or copyrights in the case of other kind of stuff, which we'll talk about both. But a patent simply is a 20-year protection on direct copying of any specific invention. Okay, so it gives the guy peace of mind. If I make something, it's not going to get stolen, it's not going to get copied, and so on and so forth. Now, you get pretty close, and there are certain there's certain guidelines, and I don't want to get into all that in the time we have, but that's basically designed to protect. And a copyright, think of a copyright more on stuff like, sorry, eye trouble today. Written words, logos, song lyrics, jingles, book titles, so on and so forth. So many of those that are copyrighted. And copyright laws, they last longer, a lot longer. But it's still the same basic idea. You can't steal somebody else's work, which is good, of course, because it causes creativity. When you think about countries that don't have laws like this, China doesn't enforce them, Cuba, North Korea, for heaven's sake. If you invented something in North Korea, you know who's going to get credit for it, and you know who's going to take all the money from it, if he's still alive, which we seem to think he is. Anyway, so in a free society, it's a very important thing to have intellectual property, basically, is what it's called. The problem with that, to some people, is that if you do have a patent, like if Lilly got a patent on the COVID-19 vaccine, it would allow them control of that market, and like a basic monopoly, they could charge $10,000 a dose. Now, would government allow that? Probably not, because in the interest of security, they would buy it or force Lilly to sell for less. Which, in that case, you could make an argument for it, but otherwise, we've got the only acne drug that really cures acne. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. Because the more government starts involving and saying, well, you can't charge over this, price ceilings like we talked about, then you kind of get away from innovation. Well, if you're going to control it, I don't really have a monopoly or patent on this, so why would I do this? So, think of this as a good example where you got a solution and a problem created by the solution. Okay, so any questions there? All right, I'm going to go ahead and make two. I just decided. So we'll do spillover costs next. It'll be quick, and then we'll finish up with public goods. All right, bye.